Hey everyone, so this is my second time recording this video. I was trying to shoot it in my Brave browser, and I'm just having some issues with that, but hopefully next time I'll be able to do that. Anyways, I wanted to go over this article. I kind of was going through my morning routine, which is kind of checking cryptocurrency prices right now, and then also just checking information on the coronavirus coming out of China and abroad. And the reason why I do that is I'm really fascinated by the impact that it has on the stock market and cryptocurrencies. I'm also extremely fascinated by the drop shipping and e-commerce aspect, the effect that it has on that. Just coming from a former drop shipper, I just find it really, really interesting and fascinating how people are kind of taking advantage of the situation to make some money off of the coronavirus. Whether that's ethical or not, that's for another video, but it's fascinating to me nonetheless. So this article here, coronavirus death smog is China burning thousands of infected bodies. Rising sulfur dioxide levels in the air. Basically, their whole claim here is that by using windy.com, an app that I've used quite a bit when traveling abroad, which is kind of what caught my attention about this article. By using that, they can kind of see different levels of elevated levels of sulfur dioxide, and they're saying that there's really high levels of sulfur dioxide right around Wuhan, which basically suggests that organic materials are being burned. So think of garbage dumps on fire, or think of even nuclear power plants, or in this case, they're claiming bodies being burned. So another kind of interesting point to all of this is that there's 49 crematoriums in Wuhan or around Wuhan, kind of on the outskirts of the city, and there's been people that have said that these crematoriums have been open around, they kind of have their ovens going and kind of burning about 4 hours a day before this. And now they're saying that these ovens are pretty much on 24/7. And which obviously would have a massive impact, because if they are burning 24/7, they're burning bodies 24/7, which means you'd be releasing quite a bit of sulfur dioxide. Now, of course, China is saying that there's been a total of, I think, about 1,000 deaths from the coronavirus since the beginning of January. So how many bodies would you actually need to elevate the levels of sulfur dioxide around Wuhan? Well, some people on 4chan got together and they came up with, I think, the total of around 14,000, 13,900 some bodies. And I'm not sure if that's per day. You'd have to elevate that, have that going every single day to elevate the levels this much, or if it would just be, kind of more of a once a week thing. I don't know. But still, either way, that's about 14 times higher than the reported numbers of deaths right now, and this is middle of February. So yeah, that's very interesting. Let's just jump into the actual Windy app right here, and let's just kind of get a bird's eye view. So right now, currently, it's raining in China, I believe. Where am I here? Let's zoom out. There we go. Now I can see what I'm looking at here. All right, so China's right here, and then let's just go to the more layers section. And then if you want to see this yourself, what you're going to do is you're just going to scroll down, and you're going to scroll down to this section here, the SO2, and then you're going to just click on that. And I believe, one second here. So there we go. It just took a second for it to update. All right, so this is showing sulfur dioxide levels here in China. And you can see how kind of winds affect these patterns as well. We're going to let this play here down in the lower left-hand corner. So obviously there's other factors, right? I mean, nuclear power plants have an effect, garbage dumps, anything burning. But you can kind of see, for comparison's sake, if you're just scrolling around, there's definitely some stuff going on in some other countries, but when we go over to China, it's just this massive kind of influx. And I'm wondering if factories don't really have impact. And a lot of the Chinese factories that you see are typically along the coasts. So this kind of makes sense. This red line right along the sense, and I'm not even sure if that would really play into this. I'm not sure how much that, I know that affects other levels, but I'm not sure if it affects the sulfur dioxide levels as much. But let's just dive in here and zoom in and go to Wuhan. So Wuhan is right here, part of the Hubei province. I'm probably saying that wrong. But if we zoom in here, I mean, you can really see there's it's a pretty big significant area, and then of course the neighboring city of I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. um, but yeah, you can see, and then you can see the wind levels, of course, or the wind kind of taking this and moving it up to northern China all the way up to Beijing. So, is this true? Could this be from a ton of bodies being burned? Possibly. It's hard to say, but it's interesting nonetheless. It's definitely fascinating. It's definitely something to keep an eye on. There's probably plenty of people trying to figure this out right now because this obviously is having a massive impact on stock prices around the world right now. And so I think there's a couple things that you can take away from this, and this is that probably China's not giving us the exact numbers of how many deaths or how many people are actually infected. You can probably take that away from this. And the second part of this is, yeah, there's definitely something weird going on here, and it's definitely something to keep your eye on. Whether this is a direct result of 13,000 bodies being burned or higher, if that's daily, it could be up to 50 or 60,000 bodies being burned. Um, that could be a very, that's very subjective on a lot of different factors, and there's no solid proof. But there is interest in this topic, and I'm sure that people are really trying to dive into it right now. So, yeah, what are your thoughts? I'd love to kind of hear them. Feel free to comment below. Again, I'm not going to completely speculate here or give a solid answer, but it's definitely something that I'm interested in, and hopefully that this brought some value to you as well. Again, if you'd like to see more videos like this, please leave a comment below or give a thumbs up to this video. Thanks, guys, for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in another one of my videos.